One of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy. It makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah. It's fun to talk.
All right, y'all. We here. Welcome.
Welcome back. I'm
Week
about
3.
to get into the frame because last
was
week,
a little bit.
last week they booted me out.
She was a little. That's because she kept sliding out the frame.
Well,
and then
it was
ended up out the frame.
his damn fault is what it was. So
right. We're gonna open up this week with a congratulations to the 6-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady
I'm clapping because
and the
I
New
don't
England
follow
Patriots.
The goat. The goat of all goats.
The GOAT. The GOAT. The man
I
is
can play football better than that.
amazing. So shout out to the New England Patriots. Also shout out to the St. Louis Rams for getting there.
The LA Rams.
See?
Los
Shout out to the LA
Angeles
Rams for doing absolutely
We
nothing.
just had that
We
conversation.
did have
The
that conversation.
Los Angeles Rams for making it to the Super Bowl. Youngest
Nobody remembers second.
quarterback. Youngest coach ever
Hey,
in
Sean
the Super Bowl.
Sean
Sean
McVay.
McVay.
That's why we didn't keep you here.
Y'all had y'all own other set of issues, and the Washington Redskins came.
Shout out to the strippers though.
Shout out to
I
the
figure
strippers
what-
in ATL.
What kind of tricks were they doing?
Listen. Did the hostess, did she get any
It
money?
got fancy and
you know.
the waitresses, the
Right,
bartenders.
did they get any? Because if that's the case.
Because the strippers walked away with, and what was it, somebody's stripper palooza or something like that it was called.
But did y'all see the video
Three-
footage though?
Of
of
all the
dollars?
money.
Yes.
Yes, I did. And then I saw the video where once it was counted, and she was like, they were counting until like 1 p.m. the next day.
See, I guess I shouldn't say this online.
Counting
but
1 p.m.
I
They better get a money counter. What kind of
I would have
mean,
just, I just would have been,
2019.
I just would have been kicking a little pile. You know what I'm saying?
But
Towards the door.
I mean,
because God don't like ugly.
$125,000 for a
Kicked
night's
out only
work
like $17
for a couple
but,
hours
I'd
work
take it.
is I'm here for that. I could do that once a year. Yikes!
Who the hell was tipping?
It's enough to buy the body that you need. And,
I just recycle the dollar. Like I just keep turning it over until I'm ready to give it to somebody that really captures my attention. Oh, she looks nice, and I just go nicely place it
Shout
on
out
the
to them.
shoulder.
There was a lot going on in Atlanta this weekend, some of which we'll get into later with some individuals. But we're gonna
What individual?
start off this week.
Did you know that? Is
wasn't
it in
me.
your
Wasn't me.
dollars? Is it in your dollars in the strip club?
Nah, it wasn't me. I wish I would.
Daddy Wobucks was down there throwing them dollars.
Listen,
Because
because let me tell you something. If I didn't have this fupa,
twerk, 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 twerk,
twerk,
twerk,
twerk, twerk, twerk that ass, twerk, 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 twerk that ass.
Ooh. Alrighty, so we're gonna get into this week's topic.
Oh no, wait. We're still looking for the 100th follower
Oh, yes.
of our YouTube page. Fuck Your Opinion Podcast.
Yes.
No, the FYO. Wait.
No, it's
The FYI
spelled out.
Yes.
It's written out.
So like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. Tell your barber. Tell your nail tech. All of them.
Tell everybody.
Tell everybody. So we're looking. We have a gift for you. So you know, go on
Be
hit
that
button
100th
right there.
subscriber.
Yes. So, what is this week's topic? And I'm giving y'all a little shoulder.
This week's
Damn.
topic is some dude thinking out loud. What's his name?
Liam
Do
Neeson.
you need to put that? Because we just started. We just started. You forgot. Liam
Already
Neeson.
don't know.
Liam Neeson.
Which
Famous-
basically means we're talking about
Famous movie director.
race right now in this culture. Would you say?
He's a movie director.
And he-
Take it away, Ayush.
oh, he's an actor. I'm about
Liam Neeson, actor, most known, at least to me, for Taken, the Taken series 1, 2, and 3.
He does direct. I know I ain't tripping. He directs.
He,
I'm
he
sure
probably
he
does
dabbled,
some
but that ain't what
directing,
he's
but
known for.
Right. So last week, I guess, or in the last week or so, he publicly stated that he, at a time 10 years ago or so, a friend was sexually assaulted by what she believed or her recollection was by a man of color. And as a result of that, he wanted to...
He got so angry.
He was so angry by what had happened that he wanted to kill any black person.
Black bastard.
Black bastard.
I believe was the actual phrase.
He said that he had gone into predominantly black areas, hoping that something would
Somebody
pop
would
off.
stepped on his
Somebody
brand
would
new Jordans
say something so that he could take out his anger on any random black person. And it's caused quite a stir. He has a new movie set to release very soon. And press junkets and red carpets have been canceled behind these statements. So we want to get into some of that.
Okay.
We're going to start with, I guess we can start with, are we harder on people who speak the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We are a very watered down society that claims that we want the truth until we actually get the truth. And then when we get the truth, we want it to be said a certain way. And I know that because I am queen of sensitivity town. But no one wants to hear the truth anymore. They don't want to talk the truth. They don't want to say the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. And I have mixed reviews about his statements. I have mixed reviews. On one hand, I think it's a little, I don't want to say refreshing because that just sounds like really fun.
Right.
But right. But on one hand, you know, I think black people, I think we talk a lot amongst ourselves about like wondering if white people really know what they say and how they say things and how they come across, and we know that they feel this type of way, but they would never admit it out loud, so on and so forth. And then we have someone who very boldly, I don't know, maybe some would argue very bravely, came out and said, okay, this is how I was feeling under the circumstances.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. And
it was
so
never acted on.
It was never acted on. No one was hurt. And so now, I guess the question is, can he be deemed as racist? Does he immediately get thrown in the racist category?
I feel like that's where he's being thrown. I feel like that's where he's being thrown. I don't agree with that.
I mean, everybody's a little racist anyway.
And
even
yes,
if they don't admit it.
Yes, I will agree with that.
I mean, because I was very angry coming out of the Get Out movie.
And so let's talk about, so that goes to another point, which is that he's being chastised, I guess, if you will, and, you know, written off or canceled, as we like to say now, because of his comments. Because he said them, and as you said, he's being truthful. He's telling his truth, and we say we want the truth. But then, at the same time, we are upset at people who don't tell us, that we don't know that they're racist, that they're closet racist, that we find out after the fact or later.
Well, you know, I think that what's happening with Liam Neeson, as far as people feeling like he kind of needs to go into hiding right now, I think that that's just a little bit of damage control.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, he gonna work again.
He gonna work again.
He is gonna headline
probably
several
working
more,
now.
right, several more movies. Like, he's just laying low until people move on to the next big thing to talk about.
So with that, we'll bring in this quote now from an article, from the Variety article, and it says, "It's a perfect storm of circumstances," said by Evan Neerman, founder of the New York-based crisis management firm Red Banyan. "It's indicative of a couple of things, like the degree to which race continues to be a lightning rod issue in our country, accusations of racism directed toward the president and directly on the heels of race-oriented scandals among lawmakers in Virginia. Neeson really put his foot in his mouth at a particularly bad time.
I mean, there's never, like, what's a good time?
Is there a good time?
Right. What's a good time to be like 10
good
years
time.
ago? Right. I wanted
Is there ever a good time
to kill, you know, a random black person.
So then the question is asked, could a person of color
Hell no.
have gotten away with a similar statement?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We do it all the time. Prime example.
Not like Liam Neeson. We ain't talking about at the fish fry. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Tyrone and them. Who we talking about?
Prime example. Did Kanye not get away with that? I mean, they came at him, but did he not get away with slavery?
Who is they? Who that?
Media.
No. I think that.
What did Kanye say? Did I miss
The
that?
slavery comment.
Oh, the slavery comment.
No, the media dropped that little gem, and black folks tore it apart. I don't think the media did anything.
Same black folks that was saying what they would have did as a slave. They would have killed everybody. But now he can't come out and say how he felt. He was mad at the time.
Oh, well, now wait a minute.
But I don't know that what he said
I don't
was
know if that
out
was
of
the
anger.
same thing.
Yeah, I don't even think that what he said was out of anger. What he said, you talking about the slavery comment?
No. I'm talking about Liam Neeson's comment.
Oh,
He was angry when he thought like that. In that mindset.
okay.
We all do some crazy shit when we angry.
Okay.
So then we all have thoughts sometimes that we don't speak out loud.
But I
That could be
for the record, I don't
borderline
need to be angry
inappropriate.
to say
Kill somebody, huh?
that. Now see, let me finish my sentence. You know what I'm saying?
Let
No,
her
I
finish
was
her
just
statement.
I was just gonna say that, you know, I think when any black person thinks about slavery and like what transpired and what happened, like I think that we all kind of feel some type of way. I don't think we need to be angry.
So like the comparison. Okay, so are we angry that he felt that way, or are we angry that he said it out loud?
I'm not angry at all.
Because
We know.
we know. Because on the flip side, if we go back to when the Roots came out, and even to this day, the documentaries that come out and tell the stories of how African Americans were treated at a time in this country, again, like the blackface thing right now in Virginia, you know, we're talking about things that we know happened and things that people probably participated in. But when those the movies that showed how African Americans were treated as a culture by white people, some of us, I'm sure, can say that we walked around looking at white folks like,
Yeah.
I want to kill somebody. Now, they might not have said it out loud, but I'm sure some of us had the thought, and maybe not kill, but hurt, injure, whatever.
And that's another thing.
So that's the question. Is it because he said it out loud? Because on the flip side, we've had those thoughts. Even if not in a black and white situation, just in a, whatever, the race thing makes it
I'm
so
just
special.
glad he let us know.
So,
Why?
so
Because he's still alive. At least we know now.
What do we know?
what do we gain?
Yeah, like what?
Huh?
What do we gain?
What do we?
Safety. What if you near him? He might act next time. You don't know.
So then do we not,
Sir.
so then are people not allowed room to grow?
But it's 10 years ago. Like, that's
and
my
change,
thing.
right.
10 years
So
ago,
are
we
we,
didn't act on it.
are we
That's
not
what
allowed room to grow and change our perspective?
Right.
Because I feel like I've heard conversations and seen conversations and probably participated in conversations where we want to say that, somebody did this, but they're changing. They're trying to be a better person. They've learned from their mistakes. They're moving forward. How can anyone do that? Or are we actually allowing people to do that if every time something that's brought up from somebody's past that maybe at the time they thought was okay, but now they know different, why is that being held against them?
I think in the Liam Neeson situation, I think it's just because he was looking for someone random. I don't think anybody would bat an eye if he would have said, if I would have caught that motherfucker, I would have killed him.
Okay.
But the fact that he was just on...
So he was like an attack of the race.
Right.
Okay.
Because think about it, if he would have acted on that, he would have changed the life of one person
An
and
innocent person.
their family and friends, and they didn't even have anything
Anything
to do with what happened. It wouldn't have made him feel any better. He thinks it would.
He thinks it might have.
But like you brought up Get Out. Didn't we leave Get Out and feel like we was mad at all random white people?
Not random for me. Exactly the white people I was upset.
Exactly what we were upset. There was a specific group of white people.
They had names, yes.
That we wanted to attack.
No, I mean, and that was a little, not to go on this rant with Get Out, but like, I think what angered me is the fact that in the movie Get Out, and then I promise we're gonna get right back to Lynn. In the movie, it was so much in your face, just like how, like they just kind of steal our culture and our ways, and then they lie about it, and they just kind of, they're able to get away with it, and I think that's what the anger was. I don't think it was anything of like, particular. Am I making sense? Are you see what?
First of all, I didn't like.
Oh, because I was mad.
I didn't like Get Out.
I was at everybody.
I know I'm in the minority. I didn't like the movie. I don't know if I'm.
We'll be back after this. We'll be back. Here's the thing. I wanted so much about IE. She don't fuck with Netflix. She don't like Get Out. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? She's on some more like undercover brother type shit. Like I have concerns.
I'm not as culturally sensitive as most people are.
I have so many concerns.
But so.
Also, do we not feel
All
a
that
way?
to say.
Do we not feel a way? Like I know I did when Ricky got killed. I want to kill every random person in LA.
If you drive a red car,
I'll really go be back.
get back here. Ricky! Okay, no, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're coming back, Shantae. So, getting back on topic. So, with that, we don't know which way we're mad, but would we rather he had been would we rather he had never said it and we not know that he was racist at some point or had racist thoughts?
But was that a racist thought?
That's what you gotta get to. Everything ain't racist. That ain't racist.
I don't think it was necessary. Personally, I don't think it was a racist thought. I think that he was mad at the situation. It doesn't make it right. I think he was mad at the situation and he just reacted. I think where he failed was deciding in that moment that he was going to take it out on a random person. Like, I think, like, if he would have been like, she told me that she had gone down this street and he had on this particular hoodie.
And he went to that street looking for that
right,
outfit.
And he went, looking for someone, like she described him as 6 feet tall,
6'2",
and a
with
beard, a bald
yeah.
head. Like if he would have been like, I was looking for anybody 6 feet tall with a bald head, blah blah. Then
so
it's like
more directed.
It's the more directed. I'm not saying that it's better, but it's more directed. But I don't think it was racist. I think that he was just reacting to not being able to protect his friend. Now, if some other shit come out, then I can't help him.
But did I make that up? Did we not see racist in the story?
I think someone mentioned. I think.
Here's another thing.
Because I feel like
Where did this come
the
from?
big issue of it is.
Did somebody ask him in an interview, or they just come out of the blue?
Where did it come from?
I don't know. I'm guessing he was in an interview.
I hope so.
Talk about that.
Maybe it had to do because of the title of the movie. Maybe it
and the title of the movie, I think
the new movie is Cold Pursuit.
Cold Pursuit. It makes sense.
It's the title of the new movie. So maybe in the movie there's
he was on pursuit of black people.
Yeah. have been good to know why that statement came up. However, it did. In that, so okay. Will his career be affected?
No, he's white. He'll be fine.
White privilege.
No, his career won't be affected. White, black,
at all. Not even right now.
No, because he's a great director. And he's an actor.
Will the movie take a hit?
No. We got amnesia. The world got amnesia. They censor this for about 3 seconds.
Especially when it's white men.
Right.
Especially when it's white men.
And he'll be back. If R. Kelly can come back, anybody can.
Okay, sir. We will tackle the R. Kelly situation very soon. Has nothing. Did I tell you he tries to incorporate it in every damn thing?
Every week.
Oh my gosh! Every week.
Every week it makes its way into the conversation.
But so my verdict is I don't think he's racist. I think it was just a truthful statement.
I ain't gonna go that far. We don't have enough info. To determine if he's racist or not. But I think
we don't have enough info to determine if he is racist. So, therefore, the benefit of the doubt, he's not racist. Innocent until proven guilty, not guilty.
Then still, why is it a problem for him to say it?
Yeah, do we really want the truth? No.
We don't want the truth. But everybody's not like that. I think
half y'all don't even want to know if those your kids. You don't want the truth.
What? I'm so glad that damn beer can is empty, goddammit.
Did he just say?
I don't know what else more to do. Well, what was the question? What was the question?
Why isn't it okay for him to say it? Why isn't it okay for him to speak his truth?
I think that it just
kind of. I
really wish I would have known why it, why it came up, because it really does look super random. And when a comment like that is just kind of brought up out of nowhere, I mean, he obviously didn't use the best amount of judgment, in my opinion. I think that if he would have ran that by anybody that he was going to share, I think that folks would have told him, don't mention that. You don't think so?
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Does he have a PR?
Right.
But I think that, like I said, I guess if we knew the root where it came from, which is what I'm trying to see if I can find real quick what made it, how it started.
Well, because we don't know the backstory, I think that where he messed up was just sometimes you can overshare, and I think that that's what ended up happening.
So it was an independent interview that he was doing. It was an interview about the movie. So okay. I guess in talking about the movie, the way this article reads is it was just a part of the conversation. Well,
that is, and it's a little bit of white privilege. I think Ava DuVernay, is that how you say her last name?
DuVernay. Mm-hmm.
She mentioned something about that. She said, Will Smith and Denzel Washington wouldn't have been able to make a comment out loud like that, and she's absolutely right. And you have to definitely have a very high level of white privilege to bring up something like that and just say it so smoothly, like this is what happened.
Say it like I walked to the store.
Right, like he just talked about wanting to murder a random black person, like, I had tacos last night. So, that's definitely bold of him. Mm-hmm. And Denzel, Will Smith,
Kevin Hart, y'all still got that man apologizing for something he said
10 years ago.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. It
would not have gone over well with them. But they would have never said it to begin with. They would have known better. They absolutely would have known better. So, I don't...
So do we want to know why he thought it was okay to say?
We know why he thought it was okay to say.
White privilege?
Yes, he's a white man.
Okay.
He was just sharing. He
didn't think anything of it.
He didn't think nothing of it.
Didn't think anything of it. Like nobody's gonna think that me saying I wanted to kill a random black person is a problem.
Right. Because I'm sure
who hasn't wanted to kill a random black person?
So he's probably more focused on the fact like, well, I obviously didn't do it. And so we can just kind of move on.
And does that not, that doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
That he didn't act on it.
Yeah, that matters.
Doesn't matter.
Just a thought. We don't even know if he really went out walking looking for random black people. Like, I ain't got no white man doing that for real. What city was this in?
I mean, but who gonna try Liam Neeson? I mean, I know it's the movies, but
plenty. Like Liam Neeson is totally different from his special set of skills.
I feel like some of those moves. I feel like some of those moves he kind of knows.
He ain't doing no moves. A stunt double is.
Right.
Now maybe the stunt double will won't fuck with him.
I feel like some of them he know. I feel like some of them he know.
He looks like the type of motherfucker that would tell on you at a movie theater.
Look like a punk.
He looks like the type of motherfucker that would tell on you ma'am. Tell on you at a movie theater. So like people that tell on you at a movie theater, they except me because I do fight. But like no, like if you tell them at the movie theater, like you ain't gonna go out and kill.
So the takeaway is
not guilty.
We don't want the truth. So the takeaway is we do not want the truth. We cannot handle the truth.
We do want the truth if we're prepped for it. If we're just slapped in the face with the truth, I don't think that we are prepared for it.
Okay.
I think that and
we gotta be slow walked into it.
We have to be We have to be slow walked into the truth.
Sort of like this segment. I was not prepared and I was slow walking it. I would have notes and everything on the desk when I came in. Nothing.
Go to bed, sir. But yes, we want the truth, but we just want it the way that we want it.
So we want to dictate it too.
Yes.
Oh.
Unless, people feel like they're in charge of telling the truth. You ever met a person like that? Like, you ever met a person that's just like, well, I'm always gonna tell the truth, so I'm just gonna speak my mind and say whatever, no matter how crazy it is, disrespectful it is, wrong it is, loud it is, and damn Geminis. And I think that, child, I forgot. We'll be back.
What is she doing over there?
He moved and I just...
Now, one of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy, makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah, it's fun to talk.
All right, we're back. Are we done with the lead?
Yes. Well, so just to summarize, we don't want we do want the truth, but we want it the way we want it.
We want to dictate it.
We want to dictate
we
it.
need to be slow walked into it, and control how we receive the truth.
Yep.
We have to control how we receive the truth. You can't just give it to us when you want us to have it.
I think it's worse now. You would think with the platform, with social media and things, that people would be okay with the truth, but they're really not.
I can't speak my truth on my page when I feel like it. I got to get an okay from the general public first.
All right. All right.
So, we're going to get on to this hot shit.
Hot shit.
Shantae, what we talking about?
So, the first thing we're talking about is the Bow Wow situation.
The Shad Moss situation.
Shad Moss. Sorry. He's no longer Bow Wow.
He's not Bow Wow.
Still Bow Wow. Ain't
Shad
nobody dressed
Moss.
fresh as I is.
It was fresh as is.
Fresh as is.
Is.
Ain't nobody do me like you.
So there's a huge double standard when it comes to domestic violence.
Okay.
there's a swarm of stories going on about who hit who first and all this other type of good stuff. But apparently,
so we'll start with the headline.
Okay.
In case you missed it, just in case anybody missed it.
Okay.
Over the weekend, I think it was early Sunday morning.
Okay.
Bow Wow and his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend Kiyomi were arrested in a domestic assault situation. Both were arrested because when the authorities got to the scene, they could not determine who hit who first, so everybody went to jail.
It's like when your mama, back in the day, when you break up
When she break up the fight.
Which I applaud Atlanta police for that, because usually we just go to jail.
You know what?
This is true.
That's right.
This is very true.
So that happened. So the story broke, and the speculation started because in the mug shots, Mr. Moss looks like he was in a fight with a big ass cat.
Right.
Her was a lamp, though.
I definitely took that from a movie.
It was a what?
A lamp.
A lamp.
I heard that too. That she
Yeah.
was throwing things at him. And that's how he was.
Somebody hit me in the lamp. I ain't gonna hit. I ain't.
However,
never hit a woman, but I'll shake this. No lamp at me.
Shit out of you. So
And we need to talk about that whole not hit a woman stuff.
okay,
We're
so
gonna talk about
we're gonna start with domestic violence is not funny. It's not funny. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Everybody should be
Ignore
keeping
the
their
laughs
hands
coming
to
from
themselves.
these two.
But it was a joke of the internet.
Oh, these two.
And that's why I had a problem. It was a joke of the internet. Bow Wow got beat
The
up.
memes went out, so that's where the
But yet, had it been the reverse,
I didn't know that scratching equaled ass beating.
well,
I didn't
if you
know
walk
that.
away with bruises
He
that
had
were
bruises.
obviously depicted or looked to have been depicted by a woman, then
What was he supposed to do?
Right.
we don't know what he did or didn't do.
Shaker.
Well,
One of the stories is that he was trying to escape or get away from the situation, but like you said, the lamp thing, so apparently she threw that at him. I don't know. I guess he turned around while it was being thrown, and that's how he scratched his face.
I'm just really trying to figure out. Okay, so I've thrown a liquor bottle at someone's face.
Ma'am.
What's wrong with y'all?
Back in my 20s,
violent.
I've learned of the Lord.
You changed.
I have.
See, we can change.
I am.
All right.
I was trying to hurt him.
Okay.
Yes. And so I threw the bottle and it.
Quite sure he wasn't out there looking for random
Well, like
women
he
to hurt.
only had maybe like a couple little like nicks.
Did
like
it break
little...
on his face?
No.
You missed.
Nicks.
Huh.
Okay. So the nicks were from. He was near the wall when it broke.
He was near the wall.
It was like he got
right.
Okay.
And so I'm just because he had
And that could be probably what happened.
Shad had a lot of scratches on
He
his
did.
face.
He did.
And
Quite
I'm
a
really
few.
trying to figure out what
You-
type of glasses. Now, if I would have saw like little nicks or
Like
whatever
all in one area.
all in one area, I would probably
No.
believe the base story.
No, the
But
face.
the
The
lamp
face.
story.
No, the face wasn't the. What it didn't show. They showed. I'm not saying enough. His neck was the.
The
was
the
lamp
lamp.
part.
So that probably wasn't
He
the
had a
back. He
gash
was
in his
running
neck.
away. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Okay.
face could. He's fighting Wolverine or somebody. That wasn't. That ain't gonna work.
That had to be, but like he had no choice. He had to take that ass beating, even if he could have won, did win, whatever, wanted to body slam her.
Because that's
What-
a double standard.
It is the double standard, but just from his job, like we might think that Shad Moss is corny, or black folks think that Shad Moss
And
is
I
corny.
actually don't think that.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think that either. That's
but
I don't think that.
Good young brother.
but he
Right.
is. He does a lot of hosting gigs.
Yeah, made a lot of money.
Yes.
He's grown from the little kid he was into a businessman
Yeah.
of sorts. He's doing
And
his
so
thing.
he
He's in different
definitely
areas.
did
And
not
that's-
need. He couldn't have retaliated even if he wanted to, and I'm sure she knew that.
So, here's my take. Because I watched the show. I watched
Growing up hip hop.
Growing Up Hip Hop, and that's the same young lady that your mother told you to leave alone, and you had,
We know why he.
and you and Brat. I mean, him, your mother and Brat told you to leave alone, and he still messing with her. So that's what I don't get. He said he was done on the show, but
Because
she's insecure. She's been insecure in the show. Like he can't even.
Niggas love crazy bitches.
Because niggas love
He
crazy.
can't even, he can't even say hi to Lil Mom or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He got work these college.
He can't say hi to his sister?
Can't make a song and nothing. Yeah, she went off.
Crazy.
So that's what I heard the fight was over this time. Cause
Is he still in his 20s?
no, it's 30. Bow Wow, I think he's 31.
Is he? He's right there.
Yeah.
He's right there.
So I heard Bow Wow didn't want to take her
Say,
with him to the Super Bowl activities. And also on the show, Jermaine Dupri was saying in one episode was like, "Bow, you keep bringing her around, you can't come." So he probably made that decision.
so she's been
Oh, so
toxic.
she been over there, but I think I read that they
They had a back and forth relationship.
Yeah, they get
They've been
into
had an
these
on and off, and it's been,
altercations. Yeah, quite
and this time
often.
it just went to
Yeah.
the next level.
What kind of trick she doing? 'Cause
It's an
she need to
unfortunate
She
situation.
need to be in the strip clubs.
I think we just wanted to
'Cause you can't
talk
let her
about
go.
it a little bit.
But I think it's sad that the jokes. I even saw
because he's been ridiculed. He's been called a punk, and you got beat up by a girl and all of that. But it's a lose-lose.
It is.
You're going to get what he's getting for being beat up by a girl, and or you're going to get the, oh my God, I can't believe you put your hands on a woman.
Well, this may be
There's
this may be the wake up call that he needs, though,
to walk away from it,
Right.
for good.
Well, real men applaud you.
Real men applaud
That took a
you.
lot of restraint.
Real people applaud you.
Yeah.
Because walk away.
Because if you'd have whipped her, you'd have been still in jail.
Walk away.
this is true, and I think that that's wrong. You know, when I taught, I got on both of the students, the girls and the boys, but I definitely, because girls sometimes they have a tendency, especially even when they're joking, they hit when they talk, and I'm just like, you can't
Gotta be
do that.
mindful of it.
Yeah, you gotta keep your hands off
To
of
yourself.
And this whole narrative of, just because I'm a girl or a woman, you shouldn't hit me. To a degree, I agree.
Absolutely.
But when you just welling on somebody,
It's on. The reflex is gonna kick in eventually.
yeah, and you
The
can't.
reflex will kick in eventually.
I think that a lot of times women they rest on that. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because
he ain't gonna put his hands on me.
he can't put his hands on me. And
me.
my thing is, if you are antagonizing a guy to hit you just so that you can go get your cousins and brothers, hell, go get them.
Just go get 'em.
Just go get them.
Just go get him.
I don't understand that. I'm not an advocate for it. I have 2 daughters, so I don't have any sons, but I do have a brother. I have a lot of cousins, and I don't want any woman jumping up, hitting on my loved ones just because she thinks she's safe from not getting hit back in return. And I definitely don't think that that's fair. I don't know. We'll just have to continue watching closely. But if he is he a battered? What is it?
Man.
Is he a battered man?
Battered man.
Is that?
I think that's what it would fall under. He'd be a victim.
What is he if he go back to her? Is he a victim or he just done?
He's
A
not any
widow.
less a victim. He's just.
A widow.
It's not any less a victim because again, you talk about double standards. Women go back to their abusers.
This is true.
Often,
I think he's done this
so
time. I think he's
same
done this
thing.
time. He's got to be done.
I hope so because that's not okay, and I hope that she seeks whatever help she needs so that she doesn't feel like she needs to put her hands on any other person or
Yeah.
throw things, however the situation went.
Because the next person ain't going to be Bow Wow.
Every person ain't gonna be Bow Wow.
This is very true.
Every person ain't gonna be Bow Wow. So with that,
Keep you in our thoughts and our prayers, Shad.
and everybody keep your hands to yourself.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
All right, more hot shit. Kevin Durant, KD, Golden State Warriors.
KD.
He had a little battle with the media the other night. And I particularly
He LeBron James and people.
I particularly agree.
I got a lot of Marshawn Lynch vibes.
I agree where he came from. I agree what he was saying. Like, I see both sides. It's the media job to ask questions. And my thing is, he hasn't been talking, so I don't know why he chose to talk that day.
So he's been avoiding the media altogether.
Pressure
Yeah.
burst pipes.
Well, I guess you only can do that so often, right? Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
contracted.
You do have to sit there for 5 minutes,
Okay.
but he could have took the marching on
He
this.
definitely was.
Miss
I'm
Head,
just
so I
saying,
won't
so
get
I
fined.
won't- he was borderline there.
He was
looked like
there. I think
he was
got to
ready.
about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and then he was just
if
like,
he didn't get up and LeBron James on the people out the door, I think he definitely would have gave it to him.
Yeah.
But I feel where he come from. He gets tired. He like you say, he just want to play. He just want to do his job. Play basketball. Go home.
Play basketball.
He gets tired of asking questions about where he's going. And the season ain't over. Like stop asking the same questions. Like if he gave you one answer, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Keep asking the man every day, where you going? That's irritating.
The journalist said the people was asking him.
Yeah, grow up. Grow up.
Yeah, you.
The people was asking.
Yeah, the fans. He said the fans said, "What's wrong with Kevin?" The fans asking the journalists, "What's wrong with Kevin?"
The journalist. Okay.
That man's in there lying.
No.
But that journalist did ask him like 3 times. Like, are you okay? Is there something wrong? Is there something on your mind that you want to talk about? That maybe you want to talk about then? Is that what's bothering? Like he was. I wanted to fight him.
They needed something
I
right
wanted
in
to
there.
fight him.
So then another journalist finally asked him a basketball question. That was it for him.
He was
He's
just
LeBron James
through
for
it.
people. I got to go.
You know what? The timer went off. That's what that was. His 5 minutes was up. Yes, the 5 minutes was up. So because we was trying to figure out why he walked off when an actual basketball question was asked.
It must have been the timer.
The
He did his
timer.
5 minutes.
The
He said,
timer
"I'm
was
done.
on.
And he was out.
You don't care about that."
He was
Yeah.
out. You know you don't care about that. You ask me that.
Yeah.
Ask me how the game was.
Right.
Did they lose? Is that what happened? Did they lose that game?
They won the game.
They won that game. Oh. Okay.
No, he wasn't feeling it at all.
So my question is, who's right? He trying to do his job, the media trying to do their job.
I think that knowing very little about this topic, I think that it would piss anybody off if you keep asking the same question over and over and over again, and you're not getting any different answer. I've already answered it. I've already given you what I know. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not transferring to another team. You asking, my teammates about my business. I mean, I think that would kind of piss anybody off.
I agree. I think, and like he said,
They probably made that story. Katie walks off because I asked him about free
yeah, absolutely. But that's what he said. He was like, I come out here, I answer these questions, and I say one thing, and y'all twist my words. Mm-hmm. Y'all put these stories out that say something other than what I said. So I'm done talking to y'all. I'm not gonna keep talking to y'all for y'all to keep twisting my words.
Yeah, he said he don't trust the media.
You're not.
And
He said he don't trust.
so the media job is to get a story, and if you don't give them one, they're gonna make one.
Facts.
So I understand why players don't trust the media. But on the flip side is, ain't no other players acting like that on the podium, Katie.
Maybe not this week.
You come on our show, we won't ask you shit about your free agency. And you can sit right here. Right here.
Take the fine.
Shout out on the glow up. He no longer looks like a 12-year-old in the league.
But for the record, KD, I want to know where you're going. Where you going?
I had nothing to do with that, KD. You've already answered that.
And you already know this guy, so I don't even know.
You already answered that.
You're not even surprised by that, actually.
So,
you're not even surprised by that. So,
Wing. I used to work at Drew Freeman, so we just all family up in here together.
I done seen you down the farms a million times.
There you go. Bring your ass on up. Shameless plug.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up for this week.
Yeah.
We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, we are still looking for our 100th subscriber to this here Fuck Your Opinion podcast.
Click, subscribe, share,
Like,
watch,
share, subscribe.
shake.
We're also posting the videos on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Follow us also on all of those platforms.
Yeah.
Talk to us. We there. We'll answer
Yeah.
some comments and stuff. Ask us some questions.
Y'all can mention anything about my show.
Please talk about this show that she's giving. She came in here real sexy with the shoulder out.
Yeah.
And the hair is flowing. She's like,
ain't it? Let me tell you about this young Yaki, though. You know what I'm saying?
all right, y'all. Fuck Your Opinion podcast. I'm Ayi.
Shantae.
I know who that guy is.
Get out of here.
One of the services you provide is giving people something to talk about. Let them talk. It makes them happy, it makes them feel good. They don't believe half the shit they say. People want to talk. Yeah, it's fun to talk.